NordicTrack is one of the most popular companies in the cardio space with their extensive line of treadmills. So naturally, we ordered the most sought after models and tested them ourselves. So after reviewing their treadmills, the three main reasons why I think NordicTrack is so popular within the cardio space is because of the money, the streaming capabilities, and the overall versatility. So if we talk about streaming first, overall experience, even the visuals is just as good, if not better, than what you're gonna get from adjacent companies like Peloton. Now, with versatility, they've invested a lot of time and effort into iFit. So if you don't know what iFit is, it's a massive catalog of online workout classes you can just stream whenever you want. And this has allowed them to really expand their capabilities, their opportunities, I guess you could say, far beyond just cardio and running. So whether you want to do some strength training, some yoga, some meditation, HIIT workouts, really whatever it is, you can stream all that directly from these monitors. So the treadmill almost serves as if it's an actual full home gym. And then if we talk about money, there's plenty of options based on your budget, whether you want to keep it somewhat basic and go after their cheapest model, or you want the features to be just as high as that price tag and go after the head honcho, there's going to be an option for you. And that's what I think is another thing is so great, is there's going to be a specific option that meets your specific needs the best. So in this video today, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what I think is the best overall general runner, what's the best for those on a budget, and which one is the best for those intense training sessions, and a whole lot more. All right, we got a long video today and I don't want to waste any of your time, so why don't I just go ahead and kind of spill the beans and tell you which treadmill I personally think is the best overall option. The one that I think literally anybody could buy and be happy with it right out of the box. It's the NordicTrack commercial 1750. I mean, honestly, the 1750 just checks off all the boxes for me. It's really versatile, it's high tech, and honestly, in terms of money, it's right down the middle compared to some other competing brands. Now, I'm gonna expand on the 1750 in just a second and talk about why I think it's the best overall option, but I'm also gonna be talking about a handful of other treadmills today as well. But before I do all of that, I gotta let you know, we've reviewed dozens and dozens of other treadmills on BarBend.com, and we went ahead and made a best list of all of our top choices that, of course, feature NordicTrack, but also many other brands as well. So if you wanna check that out, all you gotta do is search BarBend Best Treadmills. It's gonna pull right up for you, and you can find out for yourselves which ones that we like the best. Okay, so I just told you the commercial 1750 is my choice for the top overall NordicTrack treadmill, but let's expand on why I think that's true. So all these treadmills have the same similar modern conveniences, but when it comes to having that perfect balance of features and affordability, 1750 just gets it done. So it has a max incline of 12%, which isn't out of the ordinary, but it does have a -3% decline, which is a bit of a rarity. It also has a 3.5 CHP motor, which CHP stands for constant horsepower. So a lot of times with other lower end treadmills, they just have HP. So HP just kind of referring to that peak performance, peak horsepower. CHP, it's always going to be performing at that highest capacity. Now, in addition to the automatic adjustments through iFit, it's going to adjust the incline, decline, and speed settings. You can also use the active pulse technology with this treadmill. And so basically what you got to do is you got to purchase the NordicTrack heart rate monitor, and then you pair it up with your treadmill, and basically it's going to read your heart rate and then adjust your difficulty to keep your heart rate in the optimal zone, which is also pretty cool. And speaking of iFit, remember there's a massive catalog of classes that you can stream directly from your fingertips. But the cool thing about this specific model is that 14-inch touchscreen monitor can rotate. It can tilt for your neck and for viewing whenever you're on the treadmill, but also you can hop off the treadmill, rotate it 360, and do those additional classes from the floor. This treadmill's also going to run you right around $2,500, which considering all the features that you're getting from it, I think it's more than worthy of that price tag. The only thing here is that I wish the rollers were bigger than 1.9 inches. So rollers are directly responsible for allowing the belt to turn, and the thicker the diameter is, the less they have to work and the longer they're gonna last. Honestly though, 1.9 is still gonna get the job done for most people, maybe just not hardcore long distance runners. And also it's just kind of a common theme with NordicTrack's treadmills. So there it is, my friends, our top choice right off the bat. It's the commercial 1750. I mean, when it really comes down to the features and the approachable price tag, it just simply takes the cake here. All right, so I just mentioned the 1750 has an approachable price tag, but if you're looking for the best budget-friendly option, we had to give the nod to the EXP 7i. It has pretty much all the same luxury features these other models have, but just at a smaller scale. So for example, the actual deck itself measures 55 inches long by 20 inches wide, as opposed to 60 inches long and 22 inches wide. Instead of a 12% incline, you have a 10% incline, and there's no decline settings, and the top speed is 10 miles per hour. Now it has a 2.6 CHP motor, which is the weakest out of all of these treadmills, but it's also the cheapest. Like I said, it's best for the budget. It's gonna run you right around $1,300. Now, yes, there are plenty of other treadmills on the market that are in this same price range, but those aren't gonna have the same features, luxury features specifically, as you're gonna get right here with the EXP 7i. Now, we also chose the EXP 7i to be our best treadmill for NordicTrack for walking. Now, typically with treadmills, I'd kind of base this off of the size of the rollers, but since the majority of them are 1.9 inches in diameter, I think it really just boils down, for me at least, to the actual strength of the motor. Remember, it's 2.6 CHP, so it's the weakest on this list. Now, you can still run, remember, you got that 10 mile per hour, top speed, but really at the end of the day, this motor isn't gonna be strong enough to, have some long distance running. So that's where it really just kind of boils into, walking specifically. And then don't forget, you do have that 12% incline, so you can really make your walk as difficult as possible. All right, so there it is, EXP 7i, best for the money. Remember, it's about $1,300 and best for walking. Remember, it has the same luxury features as all these other models, just at a smaller scale, including that 7-inch touchscreen monitor. Okay, so we just talked about, best for walking. Now let's transition a little bit and talk about the best NordicTrack treadmill for running. And I think for this one, we had to go with the 2450. The 3.6 CHP motor is gonna allow it to run for an extended period of time. That was really no pun intended, I promise. It's gonna allow it to run for an extended period of time at high speeds. And a lot of the specs are nearly identical to the 1750, but since these treadmills, are designed to be used in tandem with iFit, the main reason here, for me at least, is the 22-inch touchscreen monitor. It's gonna be more immersive throughout those classes, whether you're, like I said, streaming a class from iFit or you're using, Google Maps. I love the Google Maps features on these treadmills. It's gonna give you that Google, street camera view as you're running through whatever city you want. And I just think that really just kind of makes it, go over the top a little bit right here compared to the other treadmills. You also have the active pulse technology here with the 2450. So if you get that NordicTrack heart rate monitor, remember, it's gonna, adjust the difficulty of your workouts to keep your heart rate in the optimal zone. And remember, you do have a max incline of 12%, a max decline of 3%. So that's gonna allow you to sprinkle in some hill work if you're somebody who likes to run on hills. Okay, so what about those people who like to walk or run on a really steep incline? Well, if that's you, then look no further than the Commercial X22i, which, as you guessed it, is our top choice for the best NordicTrack incline treadmill. This beast of a treadmill weighs a hefty 417 pounds, and it doesn't fold, so it's not gonna be the best for anybody, working with some tight space. But in addition to the industry-leading 40% incline, it also has a -6-degree decline, and it has a top speed of 12 miles per hour. But what really is probably my favorite thing about this treadmill is the super unique sled push. So basically what you're gonna be doing is, putting the treadmill on 1 mile per hour and then just grabbing onto the handlebars that are up top and then just driving your legs and pushing it just as you would push a sled. And that's gonna be really great for anybody who wants to strengthen their posterior chain. You also have 2.5-inch rollers, a 22-inch touchscreen monitor, and a 4.0 CHP motor to also pair along with the reflex cushioning, which is basically just gonna respond to your body weight and make sure you have optimal cushioning at all times throughout your workouts. So honestly, you might even be able to make the case that this is the most versatile treadmill that NordicTrack has to offer. So if you are in fact looking for the steepest incline available and you have the budget for a $3,500 treadmill, the X22i is definitely calling your name. While the majority of the treadmills on this list do in fact fold, we ranked the commercial 1250 as the best folding option from NordicTrack. And the main reason for this is because it's beefier than the EXP7i and it's a little bit cheaper than the 1750. So you have a 10-inch touchscreen monitor that will tilt and rotate, so you can do those additional classes from the ground. It has a 12% incline, a -3% decline, and a top speed 12 miles per hour to go along with the 3.0 CHP motor. And similar to the other models, the 1250 does in fact have a hydraulic lift system that really just takes all the effort of folding and unfolding the deck out of the equation. It's super easy, you can do it with one hand, and that's just gonna really allow you to make the most of your available space. Okay, so I just want to take a second and kind of talk about, how we chose these treadmills for, this list, but also, which one you should target. And, for this, we decided to factor in the things that we consider to be, the most important factors that most people are tending to look after. So speed and incline range that's available, the actual size of the monitors, and then of course the money. Just because the X32i is the most expensive treadmill that they offer doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best available and doesn't mean it's the best for you specifically. So that's why we made this video very specific. The X22i is nearly identical to the X32i, but it's about $900 cheaper. The 1750 has just about everything you could ask for, making it the best all-around option. The 2450 is going to be best suited for those who strictly want to run, especially because of that immersive 22-inch touchscreen monitor. The EXP7i is perfect for my friends who are balling on a budget. And then the 1250, is just a step above the EXP7i, but it still has that folding deck, which is perfect for so many different reasons. So when it really comes down to, finding the best treadmill for you specifically, I don't really think you can go wrong with any of these treadmills. I just think you need to align your goals and your budget, and then you're easily gonna find the one that's best for you. All right, well, that's a wrap on today's review over what we believe to be the best treadmills available from NordicTrack. As I just mentioned, I don't think you can go wrong with any of them, but there is bound to be one model here that is best for your specific needs. Thanks for hanging out with me, fam. I hope you found this video to be really helpful and I was able to break down everything you need to know about these treadmills. As always, stay posted for my next video. But for now, I gotta let you guys know, we have a full written article that pairs with this video, and I think you will find it really helpful. So if you wanna check that out, all you gotta do is search BarBend Best NordicTrack Treadmills. It's gonna pull right up for you. You can go over everything we talked about here today. I'll catch y'all next time.